on any given day, at any given time.
You can have your say on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Call in, text in, send us an email.
All our shows are fully interactive.
Whether we're talking politics, sports,
Current affairs, social issues,
culture, and the arts, stay in the know
with our daily news bulletin and breaking news updates.
We are committed to keeping you informed about the world around you.
and yes, we entertain you too with the best Kaiso,
Steel Pan, and local and regional music. We are your address for talk. Talk City 91.1 FM and TalkCity91FM.com.
Gonna state my case, of which I am certain. I've lived.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Now Morning Show here on TTT. We are also live on Talk City 91.1 FM and on Facebook at TTT Live Online, and you can also check us out on YouTube. Just search TTT Live Online. We started off this morning with music from Mighty Sparrow. Yeah, they left me alone this morning, Lisa and Carrie. So let's see how well I can do this with their absence. Carrie unfortunately got into a little bit of difficulties this morning. Nothing too serious. Hopefully he will be with us here this morning. Lisa said that because I was off for 2 days, she wants to make me pay, so she left me here all alone as well. So Lisa, good morning to you. And once again, good morning to everybody on our Facebook page. Yesterday evening, TTT, in particular Sweet 100.1, celebrated at Fiesta Plaza in Movie Town, Port of Spain. We had Wednesday Love, and this morning we will be touching base with them to get an idea of how things went. Sadly, I wasn't able to make it, but I saw Lisa and Carrie there last night and they were having a good time. I saw a lot of members from the TTT crew there and they were really having a good time, so I can't wait. For those of you who missed it, remember you can go onto the Sweet 100.1 FM Facebook page and look at it. We were live on Facebook last night, so that is something to look forward to. Now, more exciting news for Trinidad and Tobago. The teams for the CONCACAF Gold Cup, the groupings, they have been announced. Trinidad and Tobago in that group with the United States, Panama and Guyana. So that is something to look forward to. A lot of people talking about that. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago Soca Warriors, this team was responsible for the United States not qualifying for the World Cup, the Football World Cup. So that is a match that we all look forward to. And our first game is on the 18th. On the 18th of June, Trinidad and Tobago will be playing in that game. Now, the CONCACAF Gold Cup itself begins on June 15th. Group A includes Mexico, Canada, Martinique, and Cuba. Group B, Costa Rica, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Bermuda. And Group C includes Honduras, Jamaica, El Salvador, and Curacao. So some CONCACAF Gold Cup action to look forward to very soon. Now, staying with sport, but let's go over to some cricket news now, because today the new Cricket West Indies board is expected to have a press conference. It is expected that coach Richard Pybus will be removed. Floyd Reefer is being tipped to be the new head coach of the West Indies cricket team. Corey Collymore is expected to be the bowling coach, but all of those things will be discussed at a press conference this morning at 9 o'clock. Remember, the Cricket World Cup is coming up at the latter part of May. On the 31st of May, the Cricket World Cup starts in England and Wales, and I'm most excited for that. And so we just wait to see what the Cricket West Indies board is doing, to get prepared for the Cricket World Cup. And the West Indies players in the IPL are doing some fantastic things. In the news, you would have heard about Kieron Pollard scoring 83. We've seen guys like Shimon Hetmyer not doing so well for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, but Alzari Joseph got 6 wickets for 12 runs in his first game for Mumbai Indians recently. So the West Indies guys doing some really good things, and we look forward to that as we prepare for the Tri-Nation series between West Indies, Ireland and Bangladesh, as we prepare for the Cricket World Cup which starts at the latter part of next month. So a short while ago I was telling you about Wednesday Love. So let's go over to Sweet 100.1 FM a little bit earlier this morning to find out how things went, especially for people like me who weren't there. Mark Anthony, good morning, sir, my friend.
Hey, good morning, Rishi. How are you doing this morning? Welcome to Sweet 100.1 FM, Rishi. And of course, you missed out last night, but we had a wonderful time, I must say. Or I can say we had a fantastic time last night at Movie Town Fiesta Plaza. And everyone who came out in their numbers, we want to thank them for being there. It was the first Wednesday Love, and we're looking forward to so many more. And if I could just quickly say thanks to Kevon Carter, Kerwin Trotman, Elisa Jagasar, Jason, which is actually now goes by the name Jason, which is his real name, no longer Fridge, Kenny J, L.A. Rose, Nisha Smith, Juriam, Jillian, Tracy G, so many folks who came out and supported us last night. And of course, to our friends at Fiesta Plaza for making us feel so welcome there last evening. So, you missed out, but I know that you're looking back at some of the shots from last night.
So I was able to go onto the Facebook page. We were live on Facebook, and I was in and out. I was doing some work, but I was in and out checking out the atmosphere down there, and it looked really fantastic. I mean, the performances seemed really well. The audience.
Even Carrie came up and, shared a few words with some of the audience members. And they were looking for you. They did ask for you. But I know that you were called away because it's some really well-deserved R&R. I know it is, Rishi.
Well,
so you're looking fresh this morning, man. You're looking fresh.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mark Anthony. But when will we have another event like this?
I'm glad that you asked, because we're looking at, there's a tentative date already. We have June the 19th on the calendar, which is Labor Day. So it's not a day we want you to be laboring. We want you to be just enjoying the love and, just celebrate the love. We had a birthday last night, birthday and anniversary. And another person who is behind the scenes, the mother of one of our very famous performers in Trinidad and Tobago, Mrs. Diffentala. She was there last night. She received one of our giveaways, and only after they realized it was Mrs. Diffentala. So, we had a nice chat with her just after that. So, a lot of folks, everyone had a good time. People were dancing, singing, just celebrating the love. So we really, truly enjoyed this show last night at Movie Town. And when the show was ended, and I had a chat with Heathcliff West, he also shared some of the feedback from those who were there. We had some persons from Africa, and they were in the audience also, and actually shared with us how much they enjoyed the show last night. So it was truly a wonderful event.
Yeah, and the link is on our Facebook page, so people can definitely go and check it out. Mark, have you ever been in love?
Love is something that you should experience it, Rishi. Don't just love your car.
What does it feel like?
Don't just love your car.
What does it feel like?
Love is a beautiful thing, and it needs to be experienced. So if you've never experienced love, Rishi, true love,
But how would I know if I'm in love?
It will just hit you.
Really?
It will just hit you. So they see the way you love your car, and the way you love yourself, and we know you love yourself. You will experience it, and you will see that it's a beautiful thing when you could give what you would usually, the kind of treatment you would give yourself to somebody else. And notice I said to somebody else, not an inanimate object.
Oh, okay, very good. And Mark, that is some good advice. That is some good advice for us to leave it there this morning.
You're trying to cut me now because we know you love your car.
I mean, some people would argue against that, but yeah, I mean, that's some good advice for us to leave with this morning, and we'll be touching base with you during the week, to see what's happening with Sweet 100.1 FM.
Thank you very much, Rishi.
All right, thank you very much, Mark, and a special good morning once again.
And the Now team, good morning to you. Take care, guys.
All right, bye, Mark. All right, so it is time for us to see what is happening on the nation's roads with our traffic update.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited.
All right, so we are looking at the Aranguez area heading into Port of Spain. It's pretty clear this morning, surprisingly, for 6:14 a.m. As my director just said, Carrie just passed, so probably he is on his way to work. But it seems pretty clear coming into Port of Spain this morning, and also heading east. It seems pretty clear, so nothing too much to worry about on the roadway coming into and getting out of Port of Spain at this time. And remember, we will keep you up to date with the traffic situation around Trinidad and Tobago with our traffic update.
Traffic Update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited.
All right, so a lot to come on the show this morning. Zakia Gill will be with us. We are going to talk about some spoken word, and she's here with us already. So that is something to look forward to. And Devan Ramjatan, event coordinator for the Hanuman Day of Prayer, which takes place on Saturday, 13th April. We're going to hear more about that a little bit later on this morning on the show. So remember, you have to stay with us here on Now. Fun, excitement, education, everything you can expect right here.
If there is an end in this war, it will be because of your strong right hand.
Does it do anything special?
It smashes things real good.
Hellboy, rated R, April 12th.
Frontline on Talk City 91.1 FM, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to noon with me, Ria Roop Chansing, an informative and educational show that discusses a variety of topics, from social issues to the law, from education to religion, culture, health, beauty, and your well-being. And you also have a chance to voice your opinion in Frontline's open forum. Frontline, 8 a.m. to noon every Monday to Friday with me, Ria Roop Chansing, on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Reach further when you advertise with TTT Limited. Whether it's television, radio, or social media, our stations belong to the only broadcast network with 100% coverage across Trinidad and Tobago. That's a fact. From Port of Spain to Point Fortin, Crown Point to Charlottesville, every household in TNT can easily access our signal. TTT remains the only broadcaster with live capability from multiple locations in the country, making us the most dependable source of information for events of national importance. And now you can find us on any smart device at TTT Live Online. Are you ready to reach further with your advertising? Contact our sales team today. Call 622-4141 at extension 2601 or 2611 or email us at sales@ttt.co.tt. Stay connected with what's happening in the region and Latin America and view Caribbean Newsline weeknights at 10 p.m. followed by news from the South at 10:30 p.m. on TTT.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Now Morning Show. We are live here on TTT. We are also live on Talk City 91.1 FM, on Facebook at TTT Live Online, and also on YouTube, TTT Live Online. Remember, we here at Now like to keep you informed and up to date with what is taking place around Trinidad and Tobago, not just politically or economically, but also culturally. And on Saturday, the 13th of April, the Hindu community will commemorate Ram Navami. What is that all about and what is happening? We have with us Mr. Devan Ramjatan, who is the event coordinator for the Hanuman Day of Prayer. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning. Namaste, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning.
What is Ram Navami, first of all?
So, Ram Navami represents the birth of Bhagwan Sri Ram, one of the avatars of the Hindu godhead. So, it's the 9th day of the Navratri festival, actually, as well. And on this day, we will be celebrating our Hanuman Day of Prayer. And because it's the Ram Navami Day, our theme for this event is Rama Bhakta Hanuman.
What does that mean?
Hanuman, that greatest devotee of Sri Ram.
So that is why on Ram Navami you worship Hanuman because of his devotion.
Both Hanuman and Sri Ram, yes.
So what is expected of this day? What are Hindus expected to do first?
So on the day?
Yeah.
Well, come to the Hanuman Day of Prayer.
What is expected there?
So this takes place again on Saturday, 13th April 2019 from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And Rishi, some people may get confused because they be hearing about many things taking place on this day. So it's a mix of yoga, a mix of meditation, spirituality, all day Hanuman Chalisa chanting, various pujas, discourses, hourly discourses. We have a dedicated kids activity center. We have meals throughout the day. So it's a lot of things.
Why have an event like this?
Because it's an opportune time for the country as well to come together and pray. Although it's a Hindu-based event, we are asking everyone to be part of it.
And do you think you're going to get our support?
We are really working towards it, and we would have invited the Hindu community and people outside of the community as well to be part, and we are having positive responses thus far.
Yeah. I mean, I always hear people say that, it is time for us to be a bit more tolerant when it comes to other people's religion. How do you see this event contributing to that?
Well, first of all, about tolerance. As a Hindu, we believe that all paths lead to the same goal, to the same destination, to the same God.
Yeah. And you see this event contributing positively towards getting a more unified Trinidad and Tobago? Of
course. And it's a call for us to come and pray for ourselves and pray for our country, pray for our neighboring countries as well.
Yeah. And the event itself is taking place on the 13th of April. Is this Saturday, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., so it's an entire day?
So it's a full day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. We have lots of parking. We have free shuttles from the various parking spots. We have meals all day. For breakfast, we have roti, fry aloo, and tomato choka.
Oh, that sounds like something that I would enjoy.
We're catering for 2,000 people for breakfast.
2,000?
Yeah. And as the day progresses, we cater for more for lunch and 7,000 for dinner.
Really?
So
how do you get funding for something like this? Or is it like the organization itself would come together and do that?
Plenty of people would have come together and sponsored food materials and logistics. People would have helped sponsor stage and lighting and sounds. It's a really big event. And
this is not the first time something like this is taking place.
We had this in 2011 as well. So it's 8 years later.
So why the break?
It's an expensive event to put on, so we can't have it every year. Yeah.
So possibly next year you would not have it, so people need to go to check this one out.
They have to come this year, yes.
I mean, you're getting breakfast, there is yoga. It is a free event?
Yes, it's a totally free event. So we start the morning with Surya Namaskar. For those who know, it's 12 prostrations to the sun god, Surya. And this starts at 5:30 a.m. And for this, we are asking all yoga enthusiasts, yoga schools, yoga studios to come be part of the Surya Namaskar. It's likened to what happens on the boardwalk. So all you have to work with for the Surya Namaskar is your yoga mat. Yes.
Right. And there will be instructors?
Yes, we have instructors.
Oh, nice.
And from 6 a.m. Rashid, throughout the day, we will have different pundits, different groups coming to lead each hour.
Yeah, and I just looked down and I saw, is Nival going to be there?
So there's going to be a mega concert at the end. Nival said it's not a concert, it's a spiritual experience that happens from 7 p.m. straight to 9 p.m. So it's
nice.
Nival and some surprises.
And some surprises.
Yes.
Probably I might come down too. I was invited, by the way.
Yes, we can see that.
So once again, how can people get in contact with you all for more information?
So we can be contacted at 680-4926 and 746-8963. We have our Facebook page, event page, Hanuman Day of Prayer. They can find us on Instagram, #Hanuman Day of Prayer.
All right. And remember, this takes place on Saturday, the 13th of April, 2019, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. The Sri Dattatreya Yoga Center. That's in Orangefield Road, Karapi, Chaima.
Yes, and please come on down. And also we're having our junior pontiff, Sri Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swami, visiting from Mysore, India. And so it's going to be a huge event, and we're asking everybody to come and be part of it.
Yeah, and it's an entire day, so if you can't make it too early and you want to go down a bit later, you can definitely
come in the morning, go back home and take a rest, come in the evening, spend the entire day. It's up to you.
And you're getting food as well, which is also
free
very
food,
important.
Lunch and dinner.
Thank you very much, Devan Ramratan, for coming on and chatting with us about this event. As you said, it is about bringing Trinidad and Tobago closer together, one spiritually, that religious tolerance that we need, but also to pray for Trinidad and Tobago, your friends and your family as well. So once again, thank you very much, Devan, for coming on and chatting with us. And I saw Carrie. Carrie came in while that interview was going on. Good morning, Carrie.
Hey, good morning.
How are you, sir?
I am doing fine.
So what was the problem?
I had a flat. I got a flat this morning. Driving out. I felt the car was driving heavy, and I was like, okay, there's a problem. I went on the windows to listen to what was going on, and I was like, okay, this is definitely a flat. Came out so that I was correct. And then I had to go through the whole process of changing a flat.
Which I find it took rather long to get here, though. Was it? How long did you take?
Yeah, because I had to go up from south, after that. So I had to actually go through the process of changing the tire in south and then make my way up the highway.
Yeah, because we saw the car coming on the Arangwa stretch there during our traffic.
Actually, did you?
No, we did not, Gary. We did not.
Because if you did, I'd probably be in some problems with the law right now.
Really? Oh, there you go. Carrie. Well, it's good to have you here. We will come back and chat a little bit later on this morning. All right, we take a break and come back. Stay with us.
TTT News. Connect.
We are young and wild and free.
My thing is, how is it uncool to want to save the planet, to want to be clean, you know, to want to love the earth, to love where you came from? And I think it's weird, and I when I came across New Fire, I was so happy that you guys started something like this, and I felt like I wasn't alone, and I'm even happier to even be a part of this right now, and I'm happy that I can lend my voice in a different way. Hi, I'm Giovanna, and I'll be performing at the New Fire Festival 2019. I am super excited to perform for New Fire. I love everything that they have been doing. Started recycling about a year ago, and I'm so happy to be a part of this initiative. See you there.
So mundane.
The doors of the Kaiso Cafe open every Sunday at Talk City 91.1 FM. We play the best calypsos, interview the singers, discuss calypso history, and we invite you, the listener, to participate. Join us from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. every Sunday for the Kaiso Cafe on Talk City 91.1 FM.
From the small town all the way to New York.
If it matters to you, it matters to us. We report the news. News in real time. News across Trinidad and Tobago. Wherever you are. TTT News. Connect.
Here we go. Compliment what she does, send her roses just because. If it's violence she loves, let them play.
Yeah, footage there from our Wednesday Love concert, which took place at Fiesta Plaza last evening at Sweet 100.1 FM and TTT, and Carrie is smiling because he was there and
yes,
he was swaying and giving speeches.
We're actually seeing there performing is Jason Cicheran, or better known as Fridge from H2O Flow, and he has lost so much size. I don't think we could call him Fridge anymore.
I will not add or contribute to that conversation this morning, Gary. Yeah, but how was it for you? I know that you had a really good time.
It was fantastic. The performances lined up, you know, the ones that I had seen, they were excellent. You know, so there was Jason Cicheran, there was Kerwin Trotman. He was excellent as well. Like, I mean, like if you didn't see the person on stage, you would think it was Lionel Richie performing.
Really?
Every note was on point, the voice, everything clean.
I'm really upset that I missed it.
Kevin Carter, he as well was excellent.
Yeah. So I'm happy that that you were able to keep your word and go to this event. Remember, a man is only as good as his word.
His word,
so
yes, correct.
Well done, Carrie. But
what about you and your word?
I did not give any commitment. I said I may be there. I did not say I will be there. So you see, the English language, you know how it helps.
We'll talk about that after the news.
Yes, it's time for news now on TTT. To date, no money has been paid by the state for the acquisition of the Kedana property to facilitate the construction of the Currap interchange. According to Minister of Works and Transport Rohan Sinanan, the acquisition process began in 2013 under the previous administration. He said the lease which his company held for the land has expired, and as such, there will be no compensation for the land. The state took possession of the property as was required under the Land Acquisition Act. $345 million for over 100 properties are now to be paid by the state for land it does not have use for. According to the Minister of Works and Transport, Ruhan Sinanan, the land was acquired by the last government for the construction of the San Fernando to Point Fortin Highway. Minister Sinanan said the majority of the land acquired was done outside the Land Acquisition Act, which means it did not go through the Commission of Valuations. Cabinet is expected to decide today on how government will deal with the land acquisition moving forward. Well, word today that 6 people were fired from the Housing Development Corporation's procurement unit 5 days after they were hired. According to reports, the 5 were on 6-month contracts. They were hired as procurement and contract assistants. Well, in some sport news now, the Soca Warriors head coach Dennis Lawrence says the team is looking forward to an exciting CONCACAF Gold Cup tournament. On Wednesday, Trinidad and Tobago was drawn in Group D along with the USA, Panama and Guyana. The team's first game is on June 18th. And that was News Now on TTT. Yes, and as we said earlier this week, the Hindu community, they are in the period of Navratri, and today is day 7. So now let's join Pandit Navin Umarat Maraj.
Jai Sitaram, my dear friends. This form of the goddess that is manifested at the 7th aspect of the Divine Mother is referred to as Kal Ratri. Kal means time. Ratri means night. Being black like night, she represents what is unknown to us and known only to the divine. Her black and profuse hair is loose and unraveled like the dark, mysterious universe. Her necklaces glitter like lightning on the uncharted background universe of her black body. Her eyes are bright and she possesses the third eye of realization and transcendence. She illustrates the conquering of ignorance and obstinacy by riding on the donkey vehicle. Her right heel is pulled up and rests at her groin area. In yoga, this represents absolute control over the lower fleshly or carnal desires. The burning flame which she exhales represents the fire of truth, which burns away the delusion and reveals the path to reality. The sword in her left hand is the sword of knowledge, which cuts away the ignorance of this world. Other hands represent the symbolic gestures of reassuring, protection, and blessing of fearlessness for her devotees. This awesome form of the Mother Goddess terrifies the demons and strengthens the heart and conviction of the devotee. To a child, a mother is always venerable, whether she is elegantly attired and have a perfect hair to attend the puja, or whether she is clad in shabby work clothes to clean at home or bathe a particular child. Her divine mantra, Om Sri Kalaratrai Namaha. Jai Sitaram. Om Sri Kalaratrai Namaha. Om Sri Kalaratrai Namaha. Om Sri Kalaratrai Namaha. Om Sri Kalaratrai Namaha. Om Sri Kalaratrai Namaha.
Special thanks there to Pandit Navin Umarat Maraj. Today is the 7th day of the Navratri period here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we also carry in the period of Lent.
Yes, correct. We are in the period of Lent where Christians observe a period of fasting, of prayer, and of almsgiving. And you know, this 40-day period is soon coming to an end on the 21st of April, which is Easter Sunday. And you know, it comes to the whole culmination of the entire season, and then we go into the season of celebration, celebrating the rise, the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that is something to look forward to. And of course, here and now, you stay with us to get everything that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. For now, though, we take a break and come back.
Today, we at Export Centers are elated to be signing an MOU between Export Centers and Export TT. name suggests that we are in the export market. However, we are actually in the training, advanced training of artisans in handicraft and other craft areas.
We have artisans who are well skilled. However, we recognize that they lack the ability to showcase their talent abroad. So we have decided to partner with Export TT because they have the experience. They know what it is to take our artisans, to train them, to help them to get to that level of export readiness.
Export TT, as the name implies, we facilitate exports and all the surrounding activities that are involved in creating successful exporters. We are charged with diversifying the economy. And at this point in time when the oil and gas revenues are not as buoyant as they were in past years, it is even more critical that we form alliances and partnerships such as these and help entrepreneurs become not only successful in the local arena, but also open up the doors for successful exports in the Caribbean area and beyond.
Today's partnership presents an opportunity to take our local artisans and local handicraft producers to international markets.
I am delighted and happy that we are taking this monumental step, and rest assured that Export TT is committed to supporting your young upcoming entrepreneurs in the craft industry, and we look forward to a successful and ongoing partnership in the years to come. Thank you very much.
You want to be a Zessa, real hot stepper, big bad Beretta, but do you know better? What's sweet in goat mouth and behind it gets bitter. Extended clip, you rather grip Medusa head on your chest, make a boy head flip. It's Medusa staring through your soul. That's the reason why your heart heavy like bricks, comatose cold. How could you gun down your man in front of his 9-year-old and then call yourself blessed? You are a pest, a stressor, like them wicked wrecker man and them. You go dead bad, I hope from self you recover. You're bad but always hungry. Suffering from the choices that you made and you quick to ball out Obia. You know what is Obia? Obia is walking around with the price of a wet man in your mouth and no teeter. It's living your life out to the contents of a ringtone, of a cell phone that you just stiff. It's you can't lift your turf because real monsters your life they do seek. What's that? What real hot stepper? It used to be that over the dishonor. Now you get that over designer, that over Prada, and fake Gucci slipper. No amount of Balenciaga will make you bulletproof when the copper burn your skin like pepper. How could you pray to God and reach for your Glock on the dresser? Zessa, big bad Beretta, hot stepper. Not because we are living in 400 years of slavery means we have to act lesser. These slave band and gold chains that wrap like a serpent around your neck does not determine your worth. Is the real suffocator. You tell me it's the white man I should fear. But when I look around, it's only my kind I see doing all the killing here. So tell me who is the real oppressor? Knowing fully well, music is a drug that influences the youth. Music, it's like ether. It can alter your mood. Music, it's our therapist. It can talk to you. So I go on radio and hype up tunes that justify drug dealing, teaching, forget hard work, Jack Robinson to justify irrational reasoning. Cause if you don't sing about taking another man's life with a knife, then radio, your music they won't be playing. I am so tired of these artists that keep singing about a life that they are really living. Nothing with substance, nothing with forgiving, only zesting like zesters or boom out their frequency to silence their stomachs that keep rumbling. Poor pious but no pride. I thought hunger supposed to be humbling. It's troubling. And then these radio announcers that are so short to the point that they can't see outside the borders of their own mind. Is some always some myopic views commenting on a topic they are not qualified to talk about or just have no clue, knowing fully well Trinidad needs so much love and Tobago too, but they just play 8 more gunman tunes.
Oh, absolutely fantastic there. Zakia Gill, spoken word artist. That piece, where did that come from?
More or less it came from me paying attention to what is going on currently in Trinidad. Like, the crime rate, the gun violence is ridiculous. And apart from that, like for the past 2 or 3 years or so, from my observation, for some reason, I guess it's balanced, everything has its place. But for some reason, negativity seems to be dominating the frequency.
And this piece has been really getting some traction in the public.
It has.
Yeah. So you think that this piece would be able to help people?
Yes, because everything that I write, I believe it is to help. It's to educate first. Enlighten, and maybe get entertained probably down to the end, but I believe it could help. Maybe if, I don't know, somebody could just probably listen.
Yeah, it's a powerful piece, you know, the words. It's called Zessa.
It don't have a name. It
doesn't have a name yet.
I think I need to I'll figure out a name. So let's call it Anti-Zessin.
Anti-Zessin.
Yeah.
Anti-Zessin. So that's a piece of this.
Yeah.
What next for you, Zakia?
What next? Oh, I have a lot of performances. Because of the piece, I have a lot of performances upcoming. During the year, I could probably look out for a video too. The best place is to follow me on social media.
To tell people how they can do that.
It's Zakia Gill, ZAKIYAGILL on all social media forums.
All right, thank you very much, Zakia, for coming on and sharing this powerful piece with us. Gary, it was amazing, wasn't it?
It was absolutely amazing, and you know, a very positive and strong message that needs to be sent out, because you know what we are putting into the minds of the youth. And you see, the thing about music is very invasive. You know, if you don't want to see something, you could close your eyes. You don't want to smell something, you could block your nose. But sound and music is something that enters your mind without your permission.
Yeah.
You know, and it has the ability to affect you in different ways. You know, it could be emotionally, it could be mentally, and it is something that is very, very necessary, that we are very mindful of what we put into our minds.
Yeah, and talking about something that might be addictive is Green Days by the River. TTT will be premiering that film
most definitely.
on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, you know, looking forward to Easter Sunday, because on Sunday the 21st at 3 p.m. we will be doing the television premiere of Green Days by the River right here on TTT. So as Lisa says, after church and after lunch on Easter Sunday, you can catch Green Days by the River right here on TTT.
All right,
you know,
so Carrie,
take a look at the trailer
yes.
right now.
I is a stone wall and tell your mother that the boss come home.
Come here.
Ain't he the man who Rosalie did show the place when all of them just moved up here last month?
Rosalie?
That's my room.
I want to go in the bush with Mr. Gadari tomorrow.
Gadari? Oh, you mean the man with the Creole wife?
Yeah.
Where you want to go?
Only land.
Hey, always keep your cutlass in your hand when you're in the bush, boy. You never know what could happen. You don't give me that. You don't give me that. You're from down the beach. And down the beach, people don't know nothing about bush.
This life ain't easy. Matter what it's, still I'm holding.
You enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it, bad girl.
Dreams I lived in on the river. Got to make it now.
The girl named June. She's from Sandy Grande.
I see.
I know my spirit is calling. Sunshine, sweet, sweet lover, sacred lover, only
I thought you was different, but you just like blasted Joe and all the rest of them drunk. Don't roll me.
I didn't do that lazy, man.
We're back, everybody, and what you had just seen was the trailer for the film Green Days by the River. And now with me I have the very esteemed, very, very esteemed Dr. Michael Anthony, who is the author of the original book, and I'm very excited to speak with you this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Now, you have a long history in writing. You know, you've been an author for so many years, and over the years you've written so many books, such as Green Days by River, obviously, The Year in San Fernando, amongst others. You know, I have read a couple of your books in my school days in primary school, growing up in secondary school. You know, it's an honor to meet you today.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about the original story of Green Days by the River. What was your initial inspiration back then when you first wrote it?
Well, I wish I knew, because I had no inspiration at all. I thought I wanted to tell a story about my yarrow.
Right.
And, you know, in the first draft and so on, you know, all these characters came in, and the sort of countryside, the appearance of the place, the behavior of the people in general, and so. And the story formed itself. But it happens to all writers, really, in in that way. They never know what they want to write until they get going.
Right.
You see? And sometimes it ends as they might wish it to end. Sometimes it's a very artificial end.
Right.
And sometimes it's an end that they put on there because, as an afterthought, it seems to them that this is what they wanted to say. But generally speaking, you know, I mean, they would be satisfied, because when you write a story, you just reflect what is there, what you feel about the place.
Right.
Even if you don't say that, you just reflect what you feel and what you live.
And what you experience.
And what you experience, of course.
So,
yes.
did you spend some time in Mayaro? And was that how you were able to draw reference to these different elements?
Well, did I spend some time in Mayaro? I was born in Mayaro.
Right.
I spent all my youthful years, if not quite all, because I left Mayaro when I was 14 to go to a technical school in San Fernando.
San Fernando, right.
Yes.
You know, and from that experience, you know, we could get a little hint of, you know, how the book A Year in San Fernando came about. Now, for Green Days by the River, the characters you have in the book, they're all interesting characters. Were they based on anybody you met during your years spent in Mayaro?
Well, let's just come back to The Year in San Fernando.
All right.
The Year in San Fernando had nothing to do with my going to school in San Fernando.
Right.
The first time I left Mayaro, as I can remember, the very first time was when I was 10. And I was taken to San Fernando, and I spent about exactly a year there. You know, I left on New Year's Day 1941, and I returned to Mayaro during Christmas week in 1941. So that was a whole year.
A whole year
yes.
in San Fernando.
Yes.
And we know what came out of that.
We know what came out of that. But I don't remember exactly what you had.
Well, you know, you said 1941, you know, so long before my time, you know. So
No. But I don't remember exactly what you had asked me.
Oh,
because I went back to...
Right, to thing. Yeah, so what I'd asked you about Green Days by the River is, I was wondering whether, you know, we have very interesting characters in the book. I was wondering whether the characters were based on people you came across
yes,
when you lived in Mayaro.
Yes, you asked me that. No, it's all very funny to me in a way, you know, because these characters, for instance, were my friends on whom I modeled many of the characters in Green Days by the River.
Right.
So I knew them. They were part of my life there. and they came in very, very handily. It's a good thing they were there.
That's right. You know, and now their characters are immortalized in the book.
Well, I wouldn't say immortalized, but anyway, we did a lot of things together, which I enjoyed. I mean, the sort of atmosphere in Mayaro with young people growing up. It's itself in itself, it is so wonderful.
Yes.
And it's also very much appealing to the writer when he's writing about something he likes, that
exactly.
he enjoys, you see. But apart from that, I think that it just makes a writer's life interesting.
Yes, it definitely does. You know, to go through experience and then translate that experience into your work. Now, you had consulted on the film itself. Tell me how that experience was for you.
Who told you I was consulted?
Sorry?
Who told you I was consulted?
I don't want to call names, but I understand that they came to you to get information to build the film itself.
Well, let it pass like that. But these people who made the film, fortunately, did not consult me. You see, they read the book.
Right.
They knew the story.
Right.
That made them want to make the film. And they talked about the film with me. But when I said it was very fortunate that they didn't sort of consult me, it's because a writer is not a filmmaker.
Yes, it's
and a filmmaker is not a writer.
Whole different ball game, so to say.
So all that happens is that you quarrel. You quarrel. But I feel let them go their way, in which way they can make it attractive. If the germ of attraction is there, then it will flourish. And then I thought, so don't ask me anything. Don't ask me anything about this at all.
Right.
You see? So, and the people I worked with also are people who had their ideas about how they would go about making the film. And I didn't want to hear I didn't want to know much about it. And I must say that it's a very nice thing indeed that we ended up all in agreement that they've done a good piece of work.
Yes, definitely. So have you seen the film? I have to ask.
Yes, I saw it about 4 times.
Very nice, very well. If you saw it 4 times, it means you had to have liked it, right?
No, not really, not necessarily. not necessarily. Like, for example, one of the places that I saw the film is Blanchisseuse.
Right.
And they said, Michael Anthony, you must come. We are showing your film. That's for the Jazz Festival.
Right.
You must come and see it. So I went and I saw it. But I didn't sort of... I wasn't going to be so very interested, really. But I wanted to see Blanchisseuse too.
Yes.
And so I hurried out there to see the film, and we had a nice time.
All right, well, Dr. Michael Anthony, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your thoughts and, of course, your wealth of knowledge and experience and, you know, the contributions you have made toward the literary arts, you know, in regards to your work. I want to thank you very much for being here this morning, and it has been an absolute pleasure.
Well, it has been a pleasure. People think I know a lot, but again, it's nice to give that impression sometimes.
I know what you mean. Rishi,
yes.
You want to weigh in here?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds fantastic. Remember,
yes, it does.
We'll be talking a little bit more about Green Days by the Rivers the days go by. But for now, we have to go over to Tobago. We are going to continue this morning with some spoken word. Amy Yeats, she's a spoken word artist, a semi-finalist in the FC National Poetry Slam, joining us via Skype. Good morning, Amy.
Hi, good morning.
Tell me about the competition and what you're doing.
About the competition and what we're doing.
What you are doing as a semi-finalist.
What I'm doing? Well, I took part in the First Citizens Poetry Slam 2019. I'm one of the Tobago poets that made it to the semi-finals. Although I didn't get to the finals, I was very excited to have taken part and gotten a chance to interact with the other creative minds involved.
I mean, but it must have been good despite not being able to go to the finals. What was the experience like?
The experience was so exciting. As I told someone, it was very good to be amongst so many poets at the same time. Usually I might find myself in a small crowd of maybe a handful, but those that I interacted with had shared so much insight and, you know, ideas and creativity with me.
What was the name of the piece that you had?
Come again?
What was the name of the piece that you did?
The name of the piece that I auditioned with was called Bloom. The piece that I performed for the semi-finals was called Black Sand.
And which one are you going to perform for us this morning?
I could perform Black Sand. I really like that one.
All right, well, Amy, you will be taking us to the top of the hour to the newscast with this performance. So I would like to say all the very best.
Thank you.
All right, the stage is yours.
All right. Black Sand. Beautiful black boy. Grow as fast as you can, but not too fast, do you understand? Society can't handle a strong black man, so they put traumatic experiences in your childhood and a gun in your hand. Then turn your women to poison as they poison the motherland, and they give you a government identity, yet your code cannot be scanned. Now you are at war with yourself because you do not know yourself. That's exactly what they had planned. Isn't it funny how the depth of our tones are culturally appropriated and worn as stand? On the runway, we are all runaway models from a brand. Black gold eroding to black sand. Beautiful black boy. The universe inside of you is dying to expand, yet you rather sell yourself short just to make a quick grand. Your success has been limited to the width of a rubber band. And beautiful black boy, it seems as though your innocence has been banned. You see, the system only loves you when you follow its command. Yet without your culture, theirs would be pretty bland. They've drained you until you are low, but your organs are on high demand. Now it's hard to progress on a path when it seems as though every single door the system has slammed. They know that if you knew God, it would be over. So they tell you that your soul is damned. And as your beautiful black woman, I have watched your dreams burned and your ambitions hanged. I learned to repair every tear of society's copying machine being rigged and jammed. But they have turned me into poison and continue to poison the motherland. They have given our youth government identities, yet their codes cannot be scanned. Now we are at war with one another, even worse within ourselves. That's exactly what they had planned, using us as sleeping sheep to continue to build their powerful and influential brand. Beautiful black boy, run as fast as you can, but not too fast, do you understand? Because you ought to be a weak person instead of a strong black man. And all those traumatic experiences are what led you to that gun in your hand. We have all become our own poison. Therefore, we hold the antidote to the motherland. But beautiful black boy, our black gold has indeed been eroded to black sand. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that amazing, really, really amazing piece, Amy. What is next for you very quickly? You have 10 seconds.
Come again?
What is next for you?
What is next for me?
Yes.
You mean in regards to poetry?
Yes.
Or, what is next for me is to continue to spread the messages that I deem to be important, that society needs to kind of get a tighter grip on, to spread awareness of certain things, and just to make a stronger impact in the media.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Amy, for joining us this morning via Skype from Tobago. It is time for a break. Yeah, we have the news now and much more. Stay with us.
15 minutes. Nobody can survive that long.
Please send her Holy Spirit to save my son. We've got a pulse!
I don't believe John will survive the night.
It took a mother's strength.
You need to be honest about John's chances. I'm not giving up on my son.
To bring her son back. Breakthrough.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Mahalia Joseph Wharton, and this is News Now on TTT. The National Carnival Commission has an estimated $78 million debt incurred from 2018 and 2019 Carnival celebrations. This was revealed by the Commission at a Public Accounts Committee meeting on the NCC's financial operations at the Parliament on Wednesday. Chairman Winston Gypsy Peters says the late release of funds from the government hinders the organization's ability to pay its debts on time and develop the festivities.
Take, for instance, if we were to get our subvention right now for 2020, half of it or three-quarters of it will be going to pay this year's expenses, or not even this year's expenses, but expenses from years gone by, because we keep carrying that all the time. And I would believe that the problem starts there.
It was also revealed that the NCC last submitted financial reports to the Auditor General in 2007. The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture and Community Development said the Commission is mandated to provide its annual report. On learning this, PAC Chairman Botubari urged the two entities to work together to present audited accounts up to 2018. On the issue of funds, the NCC Chairman was asked why the Commission hasn't made a proper proposal for a carnival village. But he said countless proposals were made and rejected.
This could bring the money to do all of that if managed in the right way. And this is what I have been trying to do since I've gotten here. But the thing about it is that you're financially constrained. I understand that the country is. But at the same time, you have to look at the amount of money that we can make from whatever it is to do it. That's what investment is all about.
Local government elections will be held as constitutionally due. The assurance from Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley as he spoke to the media following a sod-turning ceremony of packages 5D, 6C and 3A of the Sir Solomon Ho-Choi Highway extension to Point Fortin.
The local elections are due this year and they will be held this year. From September 9th, 2015, everything that the government engaged in should be and would be assessed whenever the elections occur. Because these are the assignments that we have been hired to work on. Right? So elections are incidental.
Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan said the turning of the sod for the additional packages of the Sir Solomon Highway extension to Point Fortin is a momentous progression in the completion of the highway.
That this government remains committed to completing the Solomon Ho-Choi Highway extension to Point Fortin project, since this was envisaged by a previous PNM government, and the groundwork was laid to commence this project as part of our vision is to connect all communities far and near and to advance the social and economic fortunes of this country through the construction of roads and highways.
To some of the news now, 1 year after teenage hydroponics farmer Leon Bebe was killed in Malik Barataria, 2 men will appear before Port of Spain Magistrate Court charged with kidnapping and murder. At a memorial gathering in Williamsville, Bebe's family told TTT News they are still to come to terms with their loss and all they want is justice to be served. Remembering on the anniversary of his death, Leon's uncle Suresh Buru called for due diligence to take place.
We really want to see the law and the justice system work for not only us but for the entire society at large, and that it would bring a certain sense of comfort and relief to our community and the country at large, because I really find, to my knowledge, the system is not really working for the people in the sense of bringing that sense of comfort.
To sport now, leading by example, that's Karen Pollard, who took over the reins of skipper for the Mumbai Indians and led them to a most unlikely victory over Chris Gale's Kings 11 Punjab in a thrilling Indian Premier League match. Pollard, the eventual player of the match, belted a robust 83 off 31 balls to eclipse Chris Gale's storming 63 and KL Rahul's unbeaten century as Mumbai Indians' stand-in captain single-handedly took on a chase of 198 and led his side to a 3-wicket win. Mumbai needed 133 to win off their last 10 overs, a feat no IPL team had achieved before, and they sneaked home in a nail-biting finish. Pollard promoted himself to number 4 and took the game away from Kings 11. With 15 required off the last over, Pollard smashed a 6 and a 4 off Ankit Rajput before a pull to David Miller at deep mid-wicket. But Alzari Joseph and Rahul Chahar saw them over the line with 2 runs off the last ball, reaching 198 for 7 to win by 3 wickets. And that was News Now on TTT. I'm Mahalia Joseph Wharton. Have a good morning.
Every weekday from 4 to 7 p.m., tune in to Straight Talk with me, Jude, as I tackle the tough issues affecting our society head-on. You know how we like to get a bit politically correct when it comes to things like race, religion, sexuality, the touchy topics. So let's get some honest, straightforward and rational discussion going so we can find some common ground on the issues that divide us the most. Straight Talk right here on Talk City 91.1 FM every weekday from 4 to 7 p.m.
Trading on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange produced a volume of 271,889 shares with a traded value of $2,388,460.65. Sagicor Financial Corporation Limited was the volume leader with 130,100 shares changing hands. Investors bought and sold the stocks of 16 securities, with 6 advancing, 4 declining, and 6 ending the day unchanged. The composite and the all TNT indices declined, while the cross-listed index advanced.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of the Now Morning Show here on TTT. Remember, we are also live on Talk City 91.1 FM, on Facebook at TTT Live Online, and you can also check us out on YouTube. Just search TTT Live Online and click where you see the live. We're live right there.
Yep, Rishi, we're in the second hour, and before we go any further, let's check out what our traffic cam looks like.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center.
And we're in the Champlain region right now as we see vehicles merging from the Eastern Main Road going down to that extension of the Uriah Butler Highway right now. We can see that there's some movement. If we can take a little peek to the bottom of the screen there and see some vehicles moving along the Eastern Main Road itself. As we look across the traffic light, we can see that there are a number of vehicles on the priority bus route heading in both directions. It seems that it's slightly heavier heading toward the west as people make their way on their commutes into Port of Spain and environs. Looking across the other side, we can see that there's a little bit of a build-up heading from the south side there to head north and then merge toward the Eastern Main Road. But nothing too much to talk about at this point in time. So that's good news for those of you who are heading out right now and who are in the Champlain area. This is what your traffic situation looks like. And for now, we'll call it a wrap for this traffic update.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovenel's Resort and Conference Center.
Planning a getaway?
You still have an opportunity to win that complimentary weekend pass for the new Fire Festival, Gary.
Oh yeah, the new Fire Festival starts this weekend. It starts actually on Friday, which is the 12th, and it goes until Sunday with so many things in store. There are vendors who will be there. There'll be a number of workshops and a lot of activities that you could engage in, including yoga and the like. And in the nighttime, there will be the concerts, and one of their top line acts would be by that of David Rudder himself. So that's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, so Carrie, you just gave away part of the answer.
Yeah, we gave away one. We gave it away yesterday. We gave it away yesterday.
Oh.
That's the same hint they got yesterday. So
okay.
Have 4 more.
4 more. All right. So the question, if you want to get the complimentary weekend pass for the New Fire Festival, the question: name 5 of the featured entertainers at the New Fire Festival. And Carrie just gave away 1. So remember to go onto our Facebook page, TTT Live Online, or on our YouTube page, TTT Live Online, and give us the answer. And at the end of the show today, we will be giving away that complimentary weekend pass for the New Fire Festival.
Definitely some excitement there. Unfortunately, we are disqualified from winning it.
Why?
Because we work
I wasn't here.
We have to buy our tickets, Rishi.
Oh. All right. Talking about things that I don't have to pay for, didn't have to pay for, but I didn't go. It was Sweet 100.1 FM, the Wednesday Love.
Oh yes, the Wednesday
concert.
Love. It was fantastic. No, I didn't catch the entire thing, unfortunately.
What were you doing?
Sorry?
Where were you?
I was writing an article for a newspaper. That's all I was saying.
Oh, Carrie, a brilliant fella, you know.
I tried my best.
This morning we chatted with Mark, but we want to touch base with Mark again because Mark was telling me that you were up there giving speeches and thing, and I'm
well, Mark called me on stage and put me on the spot a little bit, but that's okay. Mark is my good friend from South. So good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Rishi. Guys, good morning once again. And it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm always happy to see my South people in the house.
Well, I was talking to you this morning, so it's a pleasure seeing you twice in one
Rishi,
day.
Yes, Rishi, I know. You know, you and I, we good. We good. We good also. You know, it's always good and always a pleasure to chat with you guys. And we had a fantastic show last night, Wednesday Love, at the Fiesta Plaza Movie Town. And I have Kenny J. He just passed through to say hello. And before we go any further, I also want you to say good morning and hi to a good friend of ours also, Miss Terry Eloise. She released 2 new tracks. And just to introduce her to Trinidad and Tobago, so you see her to my right. So just a quick hello, just Terry Eloise. Just quickly, just tell Trinidad and Tobago, who is Terry Eloise and what you're all about?
Hey, I'm just a singer, I'm a songwriter, producer from the UK, grew up in Trinidad, and I'm currently just visiting and saying hey.
How long are you visiting for?
I'm actually leaving tonight.
Oh, you're leaving so soon?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 weeks. And
how did you enjoy Trinidad and Tobago?
Oh, I love it here. Every time I come, I don't want to go back because it's home to me. So.
But you said you're a singer-songwriter, okay?
Yeah.
All right, are you going to sing for us this morning?
I could. I didn't come.
You and Mark can do a duet.
For sure.
It will be better if she sings it alone.
No, let's do a duet.
It will be better if she sings alone, Rishi.
Mark, stop backing out.
I don't want to spoil her song.
All right, so I want to give her the opportunity to give us a few lines now.
All right, there you go. I'm going to turn this down. So you go ahead, Terry. You take it away.
Okay, I don't know what to sing, but
you can sing your song. Sing your song.
Okay, I'll sing my new song, Lose Myself. Okay, 2, 3. He got dreamy eyes, I'm lost in icy tides of wanting your love, I wanted someone, I wanted to want more for myself and focus on myself, but I'm focused on you. Am I losing the root of what I do, yeah. I have morning voice.
Listen, if that is what the morning voice sounds like, I can't wait to hear the midday and evening voice.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But guys, I want to thank you very much once again for the opportunity and all those who came out to the Wednesday Love last evening. It was great. And Carrie, once again, thank you very much. Also, Richie could make it, but I'm sure he's going to make it for the second one.
Yeah, the second one I believe would be on somewhere in June.
June the 19th. We're going to have another one. So
Excellent.
another opportunity for persons who could not make it out that time to make it out this time around. So it's going to be a really nice affair. So write it down. Tell everyone we were there last night, Fiesta Plaza Movie Town, and we're coming back again on the 19th of June. So look out for it. It's going to be fantastic.
All right,
that
Mark
is something
Anthony,
to look forward to.
Definitely. I want to say special good morning to all the listeners there on Sweet 100.1 FM from myself and the Now team right here.
Thank you very much, Carrie. Take care.
All right, take care.
All right, remember to go onto our Facebook page and our YouTube page. I just went blank for a couple seconds. And get the opportunity to win a complimentary weekend pass for the New Fire Festival. Remember, you have to answer the question. Name 5 of the featured entertainers at the New Fire Festival, and at the end of the show, we will be giving out that pass. But for now, Carrie, we take a look at the traffic situation again.
All right, let's take a look at our traffic cam and see what the nation's roads look like.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovanel's Resort and Conference Center. Today's traffic update is made possible.
All right, and we're in San Fernando right now, and we are looking at the direction of the Coquet roundabout right there at the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service Station. As we zoom in a little bit, we can see that there's quite a bit of movement coming from Coquet itself, some coming from the suburbs of San Fernando, and even those going from inner San Fernando to the roundabout itself to make its way onto the highway. As we pan across here on the San Fernando bypass, we can see that it's absolutely clear, just literally 3 vehicles heading in that direction right now toward the suburbs of San Fernando, and just a few heading in the opposite direction. And that's it for now in San Fernando. So we will call it a wrap for this traffic update at this point in time. But big thanks going out to Rovenels and Ultimate Solution.
Today's traffic update is made possible by TrafficTT.com and sponsored by Ultimate Solutions Limited. We make it happen. And by Rovenels Resort and Conference Center.
Planning a getaway? Visit Tobago and stay at Rovenels Resort and Conference Center. Enjoy fantastic savings from as low as $594 TT or US $99 inclusive of taxes, single double occupancy, breakfast, shuttle service plus more. Explore 101 reasons in the pristine, unspoiled island of Tobago. Book directly at 868-639-9666. Rovenels Resort and Conference Center, Tobago, the tranquil Caribbean resort.
What will you do if I told you that there's a tool to help your child successfully complete the SEA exams? It can reduce his stress and anxiety during this difficult period, increase her chance of getting higher grades, and boost his self-confidence. What will you do? This tool can help your child think logically during math exams, master word problems, angles, equations, measurement, fractions, decimals, and percentages. Write creative and captivating essays. Construct and structure correct answers to comprehension questions. Use adjectives, verbs, adverbs, nouns, pronouns, conjunctions, comparatives, superlatives. What would you do? Well, get the highly effective JJ and Friends Essay Suite, and as a bonus, receive a free Amazon Kindle Fire 7 tablet. Call now 7464-SEA. That's 7464-732. Stocks are limited, so call now.
Maximize impact when you advertise on TTT Live Online. With TTT Live Online, your brand can be seen by viewers in TNT and all around the world via our social media pages, and you can bet they're watching. Our audience is growing every day as TTT Live Online boasts a combined 500,000 followers on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Our statistics show the live stream of the Now Morning Show reaches tens of thousands of viewers each day. Our news and entertainment pieces draw hundreds of thousands of views across all platforms. And now you have an opportunity to be featured alongside this amazing content. Are you ready to maximize impact? Contact our sales team today. Call 622-4141 at extensions 2601 to 2611 or email us at sales@ttt.co.tt.
Welcome back, everybody. For some reason, men in Trinidad and Tobago and probably around the world, they don't like to go to get themselves checked out at the health center, the hospital. For some reason, and we don't know why, why is that a big problem? So the North Central Regional Health Authority is having a men's wellness initiative, and we're going to chat about that and find out why are men so, I don't know what word to use. Why don't they like to? Yeah. Carrie, reluctant to go to get themselves checked out. I have with me Dr. Fleur Tam Noel and Nurse Florence Batiste Jeffrey to talk to us about this men's wellness initiative.
Okay, so this is part of our ongoing process to meet the men where they are, and it's a case of bringing them out where we can do screening and catch whatever problems there are before it manifests into having to be treated for something, that has gone too far, right? So it's a case of trying to invite them out, get up and let's, check you out.
Yeah, but would they want to come out to something like this, Doctor?
We hope they will. I mean, we've had previous initiatives, and with each initiative, the numbers have been increasing, which is always very good. And we're hoping that even through this sensitization, it will encourage the men to come out, whatever barriers may keep them from normally seeking to improve their health. This will serve as something to break down that barrier. And we hope too that even their loved ones who are listening, if they're not listening, will also be a conduit to encourage them to come out.
Yeah, I just want to read this based on the information that we got. Sure. The Ministry of Health figures show that men are far less inclined to seek health care. They do not go to doctors, and they do not do the tests relevant and particular to men's health care. Men are dying on account of their lack of attention to their health. That is a major statement to make.
Quite so. It's quite startling. And I don't know if historically, too, the fact that, there's always been a lot of responsibility on men, although things are changing now. They've always, historically, they've been like the breadwinner looking after everybody. And sometimes in the process, they sort of put themselves at the back burner. And you always find the woman, through the antenatal clinic, and then once having their children, go through the child clinic, that they always seek to, if there's a problem, they would more seek help, or sometimes even seek help for their partners or their brothers or their spouses, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And it's good that I have two ladies with me talking about this, because the ladies could be the ones to motivate their husbands, their brothers, their sons to go and get checked out.
Yes, that is what we have been saying, because we are getting the ladies coming in closer, so that would be our medium for going out and say, bring the men in. I don't know if it's the discomfort of what the healthcare setting is, but the event is an event it's not to come in ill. We're taking people come in. We're having entertainment and stuff like that. So it's not going to be like you're going to a clinic sort of setting.
Yeah, and it's good. Males, remember, you need to encourage your friends to go out there as well, your co-workers to go out there. And now this initiative takes place on the 13th of April.
Yes, it's this Saturday. It starts from 9 a.m. and we're running until 3 p.m. And there's going to be prostate screening assessment. That's quite a common issue here in Trinidad and Tobago. And men will have the opportunity also to get like a PSA testing, a prostate-specific antigen. There'll also be smoking cessation facility to get counseling on smoking cessation. They will have the opportunity to have their blood pressures checked, their blood glucose. We can measure their body mass index, which is looking at their height and weight and seeing the comparison, where they fit in the normal chart. They'll have opportunities to have their eyes tested, dental checks. Even if they've not had their flu vaccine, they can have that there too. And there's also VCT, voluntary counseling and testing. So even if people wanted to have like an HIV test, they have that opportunity. There'll be lectures on dietary lectures in terms of, what are good foods to eat and how to look after yourself, and also mental health, how to manage your stress.
Yeah, so the one that stood out there is that prostate screening assessment, because, people hear this now and, if they go and there are a bunch of men around, they might feel, how men can be.
Well, the thing is, it's not just prostate exam. So we'll have a wide cross-section of people coming in. That specific test, though, that'll be for like those over 40.
Over 40.
Yeah. So we'll do that. If perchance there's someone who came in with a family history of having cancer or prostate cancer, but you're younger, we would have doctors on, and they'll be able to chat with you, and probably we can have that test done for you. But basically PSA we'll do for over 40.
So where is this taking place, and how can people get more information on this?
Sure, it's taking place at Mount Hope Women's Hospital, and it's going to be in the colposcopy center. I know people might find it ironic, but it has the capacity there really to accommodate. So it'll be there, and it's free of charge. And you come and we will look after you and make it a very welcoming.
You don't have to make an appointment?
No,
so
not
you just
at
walk
all.
in anytime between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.?
Yes. And I think there's more information on our Facebook page. North Central Regional Health Authority has a Facebook page, so they can access much more information there about the event.
Yeah, and this initiative is in response to the growing number of men affected by NCDs, and the Ministry of Health has been talking about that for a very, very long time, and our goal is by 2030. Is to get this done.
Yes.
Yeah, NCDs. Yes. All right, ladies, thank you very much for coming on. Dr. Tam Noel and Nurse Florence Batiste-Jeffrey for sharing with us all of this information about the of the Men's Wellness Initiative. Carrie, would you do something like this? Do you go get checked out often?
I don't get checked out often, very, very honestly, but it's something that I need to be a little more vigilant in regards to. And if you could remind me of the date of that clinic?
It's going to be on April 13th, so in 2 days' time.
In 2 days' time, which will be on Saturday, between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.
At the Women's Hospital in Mount Hope.
All right, well, maybe I could stop in there and get some of the checks done.
I hope you do, because you're over 40.
Rishi. All right, we're going to go across to Tobago right now, and we have a spoken word artist who is a semi-finalist in the First Citizens Bank National Poetry Slam 2019, and her name is Ayana Phillips. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning, Ayana?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, so tell me, you're a semi-finalist for the FCB National Poetry Slam 2019. What is that like?
It was exhilarating. I'm still in awe at having been chosen as one of the top 40 poets in Trinidad and Tobago.
Top 40, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So tell me, why, so you know there are different forms of poetry, why spoken word for you?
I didn't think that I was a spoken word artist, but I'm just a poet, but then when you write about some subjects, they come across very fierce, so I decided to try it.
You decided to try it, and then you didn't turn back since then?
No, I didn't.
All right, so you're going to be performing one of your pieces this morning for us?
Yes.
All right, what's the name of that piece?
It's White Horse.
And what's your inspiration?
It's about women on cocaine.
All right, well, let's hear that piece, White Horse, right now.
Woman on horse, woman is boss, woman is lost. When you ride the white horse, when you ride the white horse, quick as crack breaking the backs of women who are not dumb, that just want to be numb. Black and white to see us in the night, always putting up a fight. To be still, to feel no ills, losing all regrets, pay no bills, to forget and be near death but never die. Just get high on the supply, but why? Well, it's a story of those who feel and who know of love's eternal blow. Let me tell you how the thing does go. Cooked up in soda for us to consume, cut up in pretty squares like pieces of a luminous moon. Got crack? Is a snack. Is a vice that was devised to make our minds compromise and give lies and blame it on highs, thinking we none the wise. Call it by its name, the many she has. White Willow Willy Wonka woes. It's just used to pain. Stop giving her the blame. When you ride the white horse, when you ride the white horse, black foil or stem butter shut on them for your brain and exhale the pain. Up top up they cloud nine at the 9, catch it. At home but homeless, destitute and hopeless but happy like pappy, head sometimes nappy. Lying on newspaper in dirty jail cells, making promises to God because they don't want to go to hell. Then she whispers, psst, relapse after rehab, these pipers be queening. It's so demeaning. But they don't know her story. They don't know her song. How far she coming from to be in silence, to battle a war that was enraging and alienating from the smiling emoji world. These women are crying and halfway dying and oh so cold. But like Amazons of the sun, they sometimes overcome, come down from the ground, gravity reverse, ain't end up in a hearse. When you ride the white horse, when you ride the white horse, 15 years clean so I could show you the scene. Climb down from a high horse before all is lost. Higher heights and higher learning, the universe keeps turning. Like a white-crested wave coming in to shore, she rode no more, stood up from the rock bottom of the floor. One time is too many and 1,000 not enough. When you ride the white horse, when you ride the white horse. That's it.
So much, Ayana Phillips. You know, it's like if it's set up already to be a song. You think you're going to turn that into a song one day?
I'm not too sure about that.
Well, who knows? You may have a bright future in music as well. You never know, because you already have the linguistic skill.
Yes, well, I wrote my first calypso this year, so.
Oh, well, congratulations on that. And, you know, we definitely have to have you back then to, so that we could hear that calypso. But Ayana Phillips, spoken word artist, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your art with us. All right,
Thank you
all
very
the best. We're not going to toss to Rishi because, you know, I know you're just gearing up for this interview right now.
I am. So do you know what Garba is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Educate me.
Well, let them educate me because I would probably say the wrong thing. But I know it's an event that UWI has every year, and you know it's always fun. It's a dance that people do, so we're going to find out about that. My guests, I have Vandana, Darian Budram, and Karishma Priya Bida. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
So many names to remember there, and I was trying to make sure we should just remember it. Focus.
Don't worry, you got it right.
You see, there you go. So, Garba, what is Garba really?
Garba is considered it's a dance. It's a Garba and Dandiya Ras, and it's two different types of dances, and it's done during the period of Noratam. And as you may know, Noratam has started on the 5th, and it will end on the 13th. And it's a dance that is done around Mother Durga. The Dandiya Ras is done with sticks around the Murti, and the Dandiya Ras is a hand dance, and
the Garba is a hand dance.
Yeah.
So, to addition to what she said as well, it actually symbolizes good over evil, and it's actually with these sticks represents the sword, which indicates a battle between goddess Durga and Mahishasura, which is a demon. So in that altercation, the sticks represents the sword, which would make the clashing sound. So it's basically a worship through the dance to celebrate good over evil.
Right, and we're going to have a little demonstration in a little bit. I'm not going to do it. I actually did it for a few years at UWI because I know tomorrow evening
Yes.
UWI is having that event.
At 6 p.m.,
Yeah. What is the purpose of this? Why do you all do it at UWI?
we do it mainly to carry on the tradition, because this will be the 12th year of Garba. As you may know, the UWI Hindu Society has been around for 76 years, and the first Garba was held in 2003. So it's something that brings the UWI Hindu Society together, and as well as all the other cultures around Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. And Darren, you're a member of the Hindu Society as well. What do you expect this event to do?
Well, I think raise cultural appreciation within the university, as well as teach people of different ethnicity backgrounds something about Hinduism and to appreciate their art forms as well.
And to just tell me quickly, Hindu Society, how long has it been around?
76 years.
76 years, and where do you see the Hindu Society going from here?
Well, honestly, we try to encourage not only university students, but the public as well to engage in events that we have. So we try to make it a better society by not only involving our ideas alone, but valuing the public's opinion and involving them as well.
And for more information, you can check out the UWI Hindu Society's Facebook page, UWI Hindu Society.
Yes.
Yeah, for more information. Okay, so we've been talking about Garba and this dance. So we have two guests with us this morning who are going to show us the steps. Now, I did it a few times, so you can come here.
And you did it well.
And of course I did it well. I'm a professional dancer. Right, so I did it. And on Friday, I'll be going to do it again.
We'd love to
but let me not show people on TV my level of skill. I don't want to put anybody to shame. So let these two dancers show us what to do. All right? So while they do that, is a form of stick fighting.
Yes, so you hear the clashing of the swords within the battle between Goddess Durga and the demon Mahishasura.
And you're not hitting each other.
No.
Or you're trying not to hit each other.
Exactly, you're trying not to.
But it's a lot of fun. Like for the previous years that I've seen it, we've had hundreds of students come out to be part of this.
And
also the public.
And UWI is one of the very few places in Trinidad that celebrates Garba on such a large scale, and we are very proud of that.
Yeah. And is it a free event or?
It's free.
Yeah.
And
entry is free.
And the sticks, do people get the sticks there? Or?
Yeah, the sticks will be rented at $10 a pair, so you can get those at the door.
At the door?
Yeah.
All right, what time does it start?
It starts at 6.
6 p.m.?
6 p.m. Well, this is tentative, but around 9 p.m.
Yeah.
All right, so it's tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Remember, it's at the auditorium, GFK Auditorium at the University of the West Indies. You can go onto the UWI Hindu Society's Facebook page and get more information. I'm going to leave these two to stick dance as we go to the break. All right? Thank you very much for coming and joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right? Clash.
Take a loan right now for your car, house, for a vacation, for your own land, or for education. First Citizens Easy Does It.
A First Citizens Easy Does It loan makes it easy for you to do it all. A new vehicle, your own home, a vacation, education. Visit firstcitizensdt.com to find out more. Apply today.
Take a loan right now. First Citizens Easy Does It. First Citizens Easy Does It.
First Citizens, we put you first.
Ranking Production, a new era in media. Our professional services include videography, cinematography, photography, aerial videography, and television production. We provide expert coverage of weddings, concerts, sporting events, graduations, corporate functions, music videos, ads, lectures, christenings, parties, and portraits. Contact us today. Ranking Production, capturing your memorable moments in life.
So recently we were reading an article about the black hole, and Carrie is excited to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a science buff, a little bit of a nerd myself.
So we'll talk about that, but first we need to check out the weather forecast with Ian Wallace. Right.
We're likely to see fair skies once again across Trinidad and Tobago. That is, sunny spells with only those brief showers. And as you see across Tobago, there will be occasional clouds from time to time, bringing in a couple of those showers. But most of those showers, again, will be on the light side, and there's a very low chance of that happening as you go through the day. Similarly, for Trinidad, looking for sunny spells from Valencia into Maraval, into Blanchisez as well. But as you go through the middle of the day and towards the late evening, you'll continue to see mostly fair weather. The main reason is that the atmosphere remains quite dry at this time. The possibility of some cloudiness and showers increases by late on Friday. So temperature-wise then, we are expecting to see another hot day, possibly as high as 33 degrees Celsius in Trinidad, 31 degrees Celsius likely in Tobago, with 32 around Scarborough, simply because a lot more concrete around there. For Friday, the sunshine will continue. Then on Saturday, we are expecting some Saharan dust to come through. It will likely begin to tinge the sunshine as we go through the weekend. So looking for some hazy spells, at least from late Saturday and then going into Sunday, especially as we get towards early next week. Across the seas, we have been seeing those easterly winds of 20 knots. It's bringing some sea spray from time to time, but a moderate chop, just 2 meters out in the Atlantic, and these northeasterly swells remaining short at 8 seconds. And you have your high tide at 7:45 a.m., next one at 9 p.m. So that's weather, and that's from me.
All right, thank you, Ian Wallace, for that weather report. You know, so much going on in the studio and so much going on with the weather as well. So I'm actually going to jump across. We'll talk about that thing after, but I'm actually going to jump across to my DIY segment here right now, because now it's time for DIY.
Do it yourself, brought to you by TNZ Home Improvement.
All right, and this morning with me is Margaret Lorignard, who is Creative Director at Rent a Fantasy Decor. Good morning and welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now we're in the season, we're quickly approaching the season of the celebration of Easter. And, you know, part of the whole thing, you know, especially with the kids, getting the kids involved, is doing Easter baskets and Easter bonnets, things like that.
Right,
and
Easter egg
here.
hunt and all of that.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, the scavenger hunt and stuff, and you know, you're going to show us today how to go about. What are you doing today? We're going to decorate.
We're going to make an Easter basket because
Yes.
you know kids love to receive that present and Sunday morning wake up. But in any event, it's not only the kids; it's the adults and
Yeah,
everything.
that's right.
So what we're going to do today is do an Easter basket with all the normal elements of a basket.
All right.
At Easter time. So for that, should I go ahead?
Yes, please.
For that, you simply need a basket of your choice, shred, any shred that is shredded from an office, you can collect it. Of course, simple things like your scissors, tape, and of course, ribbon. So today we're doing a basket for a young man, a little boy.
All right.
Because usually it's all about girls and all that, but it could be generic. But today it's for boys. So we choose our paper, and we cover our shred. Bright blue for boys. And we just stuff that in, like that. Yeah.
All right, so we tuck it
Now
into the
because it's
side.
metallic, it doesn't stay down as easily, but when you put all the products, it will stay down.
It will stay.
Right, so what you do now, you take your biggest object, which would be the bunny. But before you do that, you put your little Easter shred to make it very Easter-y. And then we put some of this.
What is this yellow thing?
This is just some straw and shredded that is colored.
Right.
That you find like in eggs and stuff, just to make the basket look pretty.
So for those of us at home, where could we get some of these things?
Well, we have our shop,
All right, well,
which
that's good
is
to know.
Rent a Fantasy. It's on Partner Street in St. James.
Right.
We do all sorts of things. Everything that you could think of that is creative and fun. We do children's entertainment
Right.
and decorating for awards and functions and all that. So we do sell a lot of the things that we use in our events and stuff. So you could get some of this at our shop.
All right, well, we know where to go. We want to get some of these fancy, nice
Fancy
things to,
and of course,
to
yes.
make our Easter baskets
Right.
and the like.
Exactly. So you go with your biggest object first, and you put him there, kind of make sure he's stable, and then we go now with another big object, balance it on this side,
Right.
stuff it in, make sure he's really good, and then now, of course, apart from the eggs and the chocolates, kids like when they open a basket, it's a lot of goodies.
Right.
So it's not just chocolates. So for a boy, nice little water gun.
Oh, a nice toy.
Yes, so they get lots of things at Easter time. They go outside and play. So we just keep mounting and adding our products as we go along.
I see there's a method to what you're doing here. You're not just putting it in the basket.
No,
Everything
so
is
you try to balance
arranged.
it.
Right.
And of course, what you do is you tend to match the products with the theme of the event. It's for boys, so you tend to go with a lot of blue, and yellow is generic. And you choose things. We tend to customize our baskets.
Right.
So if somebody orders a basket, we tend to find out what they like.
Okay,
so you
so
put
that-
in the basket what the person likes. So when they
there's-
get
there's
it,
thoughtfulness going into it.
exactly. And
All
we don't
right.
get a basket for things that you don't even use.
Right.
So that's what we do. So we come to the goodies. So we just have a nice bag of Easter eggs in here. So we stuff him there. And then, of course, these eggs,
loads
which
of-
is usually filled with lots of chocolates. Now, because it's boys, we have eggs that is like footballs
Football,
and right,
baseball,
well, we're not
basketball,
here.
things like that.
Right. So we just keep adding.
Right. Let me pass these over to you.
We put all to the back as well because we want them to have stuff all over the basket.
And we have some bigger ones here as well.
Big ones, yes. The bigger ones will take more candy because when they open all these things, what we tend to do is not only put chocolates but all different types of candy. So they're not just one set of items in the basket.
This is like almost like getting a big Christmas present.
A big Christmas present. Now you choose the basket to suit whatever you want, because like in the front here, we have the smaller version, which could be like this. You just have this one, you put your frou-frou, I call it frou-frou, all these things here, and your eggs, and you get a small basket. So it depends on your budget.
Looks, right.
Yes. So if it's just for one child, well, you could do it like that. Or if you're going to do a basket for a family, you could do a bigger one. So then what we do now, we have our cellophane, which is important because if you just present this basket like this, all the eggs will fall out.
Right.
Everything will fall out. So we have to make it look a little nicer. So this is the cellophane. You cut your cellophane to suit the size of your basket. I tend to go very tall, like this, and we just measure it like that. And you hold your paper together, and you just keep bringing
Need a hand there,
everything.
too?
Yes. to make it like this. Don't worry about it crinkling up because it looks nice at the end. And you just bring it as tight as possible. And you try to get this over. And that's where the tape comes in eventually, to tape everything into place.
Right.
You twist this around. And there you have your front. Take your ribbon. This is normal curling ribbon. And we tie it around. Tie this into a knot to secure the like that. Now you could go as elaborate or as simple as you want
and this
in
looks
terms
fantastic
of
so
decorating your basket.
Right.
So this is it. You normally just use the tape.
Some tape and fasten those.
And you fasten it at the side to make sure nothing is falling out.
I'm excited about putting on this big blue bow over here.
Right. So what I like to do, this goes in. I like to add frou-frou. So my frou-frou will be, now because it's Easter and it's all about the rabbit, I tend to add him right here.
Right.
Make him look, he's added on.
So that's bendable. So
bendable and stuff.
On there itself.
But the bow is what will hold him in place. But at the end of it, when they take this off, the child still has, you know, little stuff for Easter. So this goes in front here. You make your bow beforehand.
Right. All right, let me give you a hand there. Right.
Up.
I'll hold this in the front.
Right. And that's it basically. And if you want, you add another little bunny. And he is good to go.
Well,
and that's your Easter basket.
Look at that, and this looks so fantastic. You know, if I was a little boy that was going to get this, I'd be so excited.
Right, and this could be presented to an entire family. And if you wish, for the mom and the dad, you can add maybe nice fancy soaps for the mom, and maybe some bottle of something for the dad.
Yeah, maybe.
So everybody gets something in the that is in the basket for the family.
Oh, yes.
Or you do your individual baskets. It's whatever you want to do.
All right, and we're actually going to put up the list of what you need for that. So as we can see here, we have the basket. You start off with the basket. There's shredded paper for filling. There's tissue paper, fancy tissue paper, cellophane wrap, which goes on the outside, ribbons to fasten things together, scissors to make your life a little bit easier, getting the cellophane cut to size and everything, clear tape to fasten things as well. And the products, of course, it's your choice, but you know, if it's, you know, it's all custom. It's all what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, in this case, it's for little boys. So there are lots of things like a little water gun and pencils and things along those lines, and sports items. So definitely a fantastic finished product here. And I want to thank you so much, Margaret Lorignan, Creative Director of Renter Fantasy.
Thank you for having us.
All right, you know, so that was it for DIY for today.
Do it yourself, brought to you by TNZ Home Improvement.
Yeah.
All right, Rishi, that was quite an exciting thing.
Am I getting one of those? Are you getting me one of those for Easter as we celebrate Easter?
I don't even get one myself for Easter.
That has nothing to do with me. I'm asking you if you're getting one for me. No?
I will get one for my little nephew.
Oh.
Yeah, because little children get excited
like
about
child.
the candy. You said it, not me.
I'm like, in somebody's eye, I am a child.
Yeah, he's somebody's child.
Exactly. But Carrie, you wanted to talk about the black hole.
Yes, I was so excited about talking about the black hole, because I'm a little bit of a nerd myself and I love science.
You said it.
Yes, I said it. All right, so yesterday, about a little more than 24 hours ago, they have gotten the first ever image, astronomers have gotten the first ever image of a black hole. Now, this black hole is, I think it's 500 billion trillion kilometers away. And it is actually like, they call it a monster. They said it's huge. It is many times the mass of our sun. And the way in which that they were able to image the black hole itself, they said it was comparable trying to see something as small as an orange on the face of the moon. So they actually had to use 8 telescopes around the world, including in places like Chile and Antarctica, to compound those images to get it.
What is the story behind the black hole?
Now, the black hole is the product of when a I think it's one of the like a nebula galaxy, when it destroys, and then it pretty much implodes in itself. The gravity is so strong that light can't even escape. So even around the black hole, you would see this halo of light
because that is what I saw in the picture. Yeah,
that's twisting around it because the light is being sucked into the black hole. So imagine something of that magnitude and such power that light can't even get out of it.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, you know.
No, there's science. I mean, there are people who are going to say, you know, that is just a fake image or whatever. I can't wait to see the fallout for this.
Yeah, I'm very interested to know what people are about to say. Of course, you hear things on both sides of the debate.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a break now and come back.
All right, so we take a short break and we come back with much more. Stay with us.
Hey, always keep your cutlass in your hand when you're in the bush, boy. You never know what could happen.
Witness the television premiere of Green Days by the River. See local film at its best.
I know my spirit is calling. Sunshine.
Getting too damn lazy, man. There's something to make them get fierce.
Green Days by the River. Easter Sunday, April 21st at 3 p.m. TTT. It's going to be epic.
I don't know what to do, Mom. He's my children's father, and I really love him, but he only reacts like this when he drinks.
Ma'am, I will ensure that you get all the help that you need.
The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is devoted to providing assistance to victims of domestic violence. If you're a victim of domestic violence, a report should be made to the police immediately so the matter can be addressed in the most appropriate manner. Domestic violence is very serious. Do not wait until it's too late.
The doors of the Kaiso Cafe open every Sunday at Talk City 91.1 FM. We play the best calypsos, interview the singers, discuss calypso history, and we invite you, the listener, to participate. Join us from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. every Sunday for the Kaiso Cafe on Talk City 91.1 FM.
From the small town all the way.
As I wake, I show my gratitude from my heart and my soul, yeah. Brand new day, you're good, oh you in the heart from me. Nana, your mercy, yeah. Shower, take over. Table prepared, my basket is full of. Back up on it over. Though my enemies plot to do evil. Lord, you're my shelter. Great is your faithfulness and your amazing grace. Your love surrounding me and it's running over, running over, running over, running over, running over, running over. It's running over. Your love is running over. Amazing grace. You stretch your love and I'm so separate like me. And now I'm saved. Your presence, it ever lives inside me. It's heaven to me, yeah. More than a feeling, your power take over. You bring my soul healing. One touch from you, I will be the same. More than your hands, eyes help me to see you. Great is your faithfulness, and your amazing love is running over, running over, running over, running over, running over. Running over, it's running over. Your love is running over and over, yeah. Your love it I don't know. Just when I feel like your love could run out to run in abundance. I don't deserve it, so far from perfect, but just that I'm worth it, Lord. Your love is running over me, over me, Wash over everything just like a tsunami. Oh, share Baba, oh, you good, oh. Protect all your people from the left to the right to the east, west, north. You made the love is running over, running over. You're running, running, running over. Run like a fountain, run like a river. I don't know what to do, I just love you running over and over and over. Hey, you're running, hey, you're running over, running over, you're running over. You love the running, you love the running over and over, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over and over and over and over, yeah. Oh, it's running over, it's running over.
Chanel Spencer, you have such an amazing voice and, you know, so much energy in your performance. You know, and it was really blessed this morning. I really appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know, thank you for being here, you know, and the music, you know, running over, you know, it's just, it speaks of blessings just overflowing in your life and, you know, like the grace of God. So tell me your experience, you know, where you got did you take an experience from life and did you get your inspiration for that song that way?
Well, the song actually, the hook of the song was gifted to me by a friend, a singer, writer from Barbados. Because he knows, you know, I like African music.
Yes. You know, I hear the. Is it specifically Nigerian?
It's like a Afro pop fusion.
Yeah.
You know, and I sing all types of music: soul, jazz, just anything, any genre.
Voice.
Yeah, any genre. But you know, I just believe if you have a gift, you shouldn't particularly box yourself in.
Right.
So this is a little different from what people usually, you know, more singy type songs I do. But this one is really fun, and it just kind of makes me joyous and happy.
I was really joyous and happy, you know, just hearing the
you know, that song. Relationship with God, when He blesses you, it overflows.
Yes.
So it's just the same joy, that overflow, you know, being able to wake up, being able to walk, talk, not being sick, not being in the hospital.
There's right, so many simple things that we take for granted so often.
So that's what this song is really projecting.
Yes.
You know, and the producer, Ruel Lynch, shout out to him, Nathaniel, and Jay Prince, who were also featured on the song.
Yeah.
You know, everybody just kind of came together to bring out that message.
Nice. So how long has this been in the making?
Well, the thing is, the song itself actually dropped 8 months ago.
All right.
But, you know, as an artist, gospel artist, just generally, I mean, people have to recognize it's a process.
Right.
So I think visuals, I dropped the music video, and I think the visuals, you know, kind of brought to life the song. So persons who might have just heard it but thought it was from Africa first.
Right.
People told me that.
Because it does have that vibe, and you know, I love it.
They recognize, it's local.
Yeah.
It's not from Africa. So it's kind of creating a new traction on the song.
Yeah,
so,
most definitely. Yeah. You know, I was enjoying the vibes, most definitely.
Thank you.
And you know, I just wish you the best moving forward. You know, when the season of Lent, what are you doing for Lent itself aside from performing wonderful music?
Well, I mean, as a Christian, my life basically is the same kind of consistency. So I fast in and out. It's not particularly a seasonal thing for me, but I fast when I need to and when I feel like if I need to connect a little bit more with God, and just continue to try to live a good life with others.
Exactly. Chanel Spencer, I want to thank you so much for blessing us this morning with your talents and your art and your ministry. You know, because gospel music is ministry,
yes,
and you've shared it with us this morning and blessed the studio.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So Rishi, I know we have
yes, we have the 3 winners for the.
So we have 3 winners.
Yes.
Wow.
We have 3 winners for the complimentary weekend pass for the New Fire Festival. The winners are Nisha Smith, Xavier Ali, and Corinne Buckmeyer.
Oh, wow.
And those are 3 winners. So if you heard your names, and it will be posted on our social media, so you can come in. Nisha Smith, Xavier Ali, Corinne Buckmeyer. Those are the 3 winners for the complimentary weekend pass for the New Fire Festival. And that is how we end the Now Morning Show for today. We will be back with you tomorrow morning from 6 o'clock. So we leave you with this music video. Until then, take care.
As I wake, show my gratitude from my heart and my soul, yeah. Brand new day, you good, oh, you in the hall from me. No,
your mercy, yeah. Shower, take over. Table prepare, my basket full of.